Good evening. First tonight, how do you convince young people to stop carrying weapons? New figures show an increase in knife crime in West Yorkshire. Now, a new campaign is targeting teenagers and trying to warn them of the risks.
The project has been supported by the family of a 14-year-old boy who was stabbed in Leeds 2 weeks ago. Abby Jaola reports.
Keep losing souls with your knife high. Why don't you see it ain't right?
The message is clear. Lives, not knives. This track is produced and performed by Yorkshire-born grime artists, reflecting young people's concerns about knife crime on their streets.
You know, kids are carrying these knives, but some of them don't want to be carrying them. So I want to send that message out, like, you don't need to, man. There's more to life than carrying a knife and taking someone else's life, that there's repercussions of this.
People are getting injured, people are being hurt, and like a lot of things are happening right now, and it's very worrying for the people, like the children, but also the parents.
The video for the track Knife High was filmed in Leeds. Lutel James is supporting the project. His 14-year-old son, Darrell, was stabbed 2 weeks ago. He's still in hospital. He had life-saving surgery and faces weeks of rehabilitation.
It's hell in every way where it takes a lot of rebuilding psychologically, emotionally and physically. So for me, Darrell's whole process round rebuilding him is a positive journey because we've got the opportunity to do so. There's a lot of parents there who haven't got the opportunity to do that.
The parents who've lost their children?
The parents who've lost their children, and if we look over the last few years, there's been many.
Knife High tells the story of a stabbing and the devastating impact on both the victim and his attacker. It's hoped seeing this message direct from young people will convince others not to carry and use weapons. Figures show knife crime is increasing. West Yorkshire Police recorded the third highest number of knife crimes in the country. Last year, that rose by 29% to more than 1,900 incidents.
Knife crime, for two reasons, has increased, there's no doubt about that, but also has been increased in terms of how we record the issue. Do young people need to be concerned? Yes, they do, because anyone carrying a knife might end up in serious incidents, so absolutely right, should be concerned about it, but we're there to support them, and any initiative they want to do in terms of driving positivity and awareness and education, we're absolutely there to support them as well.
Leeds BHI, who coordinated the Lives Not Knives project, say they've now been asked to run similar schemes in other cities as more communities look to try and tackle knife crime on their streets. Abby Jaola, BBC Look North, Leeds.
Well, we're joined now by Heather Nelson from the Black Health Initiative, which has coordinated this campaign. Heather, thanks for joining us and congratulations on this film. I know we hear of so many young people getting involved in these gangs and carrying knives around, but this is something positive that young people are doing, so you must be very proud of that.
We are, we're extremely proud. I mean, this is the young people's initiative, really. They came to us, they wanted to do something positive. They didn't all want to be blamed for knife crime. They knew what was happening, and they themselves know how to address the issue, not us.
Is this a reflection of just how scared they are about the problem?
I think it's a combination of a number of things. They might be scared, but more to the point, they're actually tired of hearing about the incidents that are taking place and also how it impacts them. So if it might be their friends, their family member, etc., somebody in their community, it always impacts them, and they're saying enough's enough.
People at home might be saying, if they're so worried about it, why don't they leave the knives at home?
Well, we're not talking about everybody here, are we? There's some who will always be perpetuating that kind of behaviour. What we're saying is the majority of the young people do not carry knives, and they're the ones who are saying, let's do something positive. Let's actually speak and reach out to those who are carrying the knives.
But many people are carrying the knives, many youngsters are. Why? Why are they taking the knives out with them?
A variety of reasons. Some for protection, some because they know that other people may be carrying knives, so, you know, it's a vicious circle. And then some because they are scared and they're thinking, well, I'm not part of a gang, this is how I can protect myself. And what we're trying to do is say, well, actually, it's a perception that there's so many people carrying those knives. Let's try and address that issue by saying zero tolerance by everybody.
Have you personally been shocked by just the level of knife crime in Leeds?
Absolutely, totally. I mean, we knew there was an issue. You know, BHI is very aware on the ground doing grassroots work, so we knew there was an issue. But when you look at the statistics, that's actually quite frightening.
So what else needs to be done, do you think?
Well, I think this campaign is kick-starting work that needs to be done. There needs to be a wraparound service. There needs to be effective partnership excuse me, between, say, West Yorkshire Police, Leeds City Council and the third sector. Let's sit round the table and see what we can do so that we can address the whole issue.
Thank you very much indeed for making that video and for coming and telling us about it.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Heather.